going live. Okay. Okay, we're live, Mandy.
Good evening, folks.
How's it going? Actually, I need to send out my notification.
Why don't you send out your notification? There we go. I see. Just we're doing this on YouTube as well. We'll just have to remember to keep it kind of PG. In that case, maybe I won't do the calls, the voice clips. I don't know if YouTube is the place for those.
We'll do whatever.
See Sabrina in here.
On YouTube stuff.
Come on, come on.
Oh, hey Sabrina, how you doing? Oh, there, it's already went out.
Yep, I just got my Rumble notification now.
She has to put those eyes. Freaks me out.
She's watching you.
Hello, how you doing? 1A Play 2. I feel like I feel a little bit different because I'm doing this by my phone, so I might be like a little bit off my game.
I see MMDE in there.
Yeah, definitely. What's going on, TJ?
Oh, there's Dougie's.
Definitely. Yes, what's going on, Dougie's?
Dougie's, this is 100% AI.
Yes, definitely.
MMDE, I've never been here before.
Raffin. Yeah, what's going on, Raffin?
So, what did you think of the catch at the motel? The sex offender, Brian.
Brian, dude, they're and you actually decoyed him.
Yes, I did.
That was a wild catch, man.
Gallagher's.
That was. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just saying that's wild.
Yes, it was. I thought, oh my God, didn't Pablo get punched?
He did, yes.
Yeah. That's kind of funny. So Mandy is a guy?
Yeah, Mandy is a guy. Mandy is short for Amanda, as in like I'm a man. Duh.
Oh, if you notice my ticker, it says, "Oh, I believe that's more along your lines." Is that true? Trans?
No, gender fluid.
Oh, nothing wrong with being gender fluid. I think I don't know.
I just transition to whatever I need to be in the moment.
Oh, that's actually a pretty smart thing to do.
I mean, it's the in thing now. All the cool kids are doing it. So,
they say if say you need to go to the bathroom and the men's is full, you can always go to the women's, and if the women's is full, you can go to the men's. If so, you can
that's
be
right.
fluid.
A turtlet's a turtlet.
Pablo,
So,
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I said I was reading this. Pablito got punched.
Yeah, he got punched. I believe it's. I believe he got punched in the side.
Wow.
So, I'm actually decoying a guy right now while while we're chatting. So if I pause, I apologize. Yeah,
Oh, you're good.
he's hopefully going to be one of our up and coming. He's actually not in. I mean, he's kind of close to you. He's in the same state as
Oh, that's a man. I've been since I went on that first catch. I've been dying to go on another. I mean, I
you.
wish we would have
It's
caught.
addicting.
I wish we would have found. Um, well, I wish Camper Pred would have like opened his door
Yeah,
and let us in, man, because I would have loved to have been there.
yeah. It's definitely exhilarating.
Really is. What's up, guy? How you doing, Dubs? Dubs. I just call him Dubs.
Hugrod, he got punched by the Predator's brother, the the behemoth in the black shirt. Um, but yeah, like that catch with Brian, that was wild. He was he was one of those guys. I talked to him for I think he was about a month and a half, and it it was literally he would have met that like he would have tried to meet that night if he could have. He was definitely special,
Mm.
as we all saw. Um, like yeah, he was begging to meet like right away.
I think Mandy should decoy Shorty the so he can be on the catch. Mm. I don't want to be the catch. I want to be on. Like go to it.
Yeah. Um, so Hugh Garage, I believe he defended himself. Just say that. Hey, Bill. Good evening.
Oh, definitely. You definitely deserve some respect. 100% support and respect. 100%.
No, I certainly appreciate that, Bill. I know you're a huge supporter for Predator Poachers and a lot of the other catching teams. Your support is very much appreciated.
Definitely. I know they do. I know. Uh, definitely not just. Also, decoys is what I'm saying. Trying to get around to.
Yeah, I mean, decoying is not always easy. Like I lost it on a pred last night, and he's still talking to me. I sent you a couple screenshots there. I basically told him, "F it, we'll go for it. When do you want to meet? Are you here yet? Are you here yet? Are you here yet?"
It was like I mean it. I mean, you think about it. People. A lot of people may not think about it that what you have to put up with doing these. Talking to these people constantly and becoming that person.
Well, you know what? It's the only reason that I lost it on him was because he is. I guarantee you, he's a sped. There's no doubt in my mind. I was talking to Sam Squanch about him. And he's like, "Oh no, he's not a sped." I'm like, "Dude, he's a sped." So I sent him those screenshots last night, and he goes, "Okay, you won me over." Um, yeah, this guy like every 5 minutes, can we meet? When can we meet? Um, do you think you can love me? Um, and yeah, I'll ask him questions, but he doesn't want to answer my questions. So I outright asked him if he was dumb one night. It just I my inner spiciness just couldn't be contained.
Hey Tam T, I hope you're doing good. And Mama Holland, Map Hunter. Sometimes you gotta get it. Oh yeah, Map Hunter said sometimes you gotta get in their asses on their asses.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I said this to several decoys helping them start out. You have to control the conversation. Um, and so I always kind of joke with them and tell them like I'm the boss. And I have one guy tonight just asked me if it's okay if he goes to Kroger to get stuff tomorrow for Christmas dinner.
Oh yeah, can you share Decoy Mandy's channel? Yes, we need to do that for sure, Doug.
I certainly can. Just give me 1 second here. I don't type in my own channel very often, so
Definitely, please. How you doing, Urko? I don't feel like I'm saying that right, Mandy. ERKO, Urko.
um, sure. Sounds like it to me.
Okay.
Okay, I just posted my channel in YouTube and Rumble.
Okay, definitely go sub to Mandy's channel for sure because she puts in the work.
Well, you know what? When you look at some of the other decoys, they put in a lot more work than I do.
Mm.
You know, I work a full-time job where I work usually 60 plus hours a week. Um, the other decoys, like, you know, Sabrina's doing calls all the time. Um, and if you take a look at the number of catches that happen, like you take a look at the number of them that Ashley gets, or Priscilla, or Sabrina, they're definitely busier than I am.
Mm.
So,
So
but
would you say a side hustle possibly?
you know what? I didn't start out doing this for the money, and I still don't do it for the money. I know somebody was razzing me the other day during the Paul catch for putting my PayPal in there. "Oh, I thought you didn't do it for the money." I don't do it for the money. There are some people who are very generous and choose to um, send a monetary thank you. That's their way of showing appreciation, and you know, if that's what they would like to do, I'm very humbled that they would want to do that for me. Um, if if they don't, I mean, yes, it was a catch on locals. If they don't want to send in a donation of any kind, their support on Rumble is appreciated. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's one of those things. Like, I mean, I am paid by Predator Poachers. It's certainly not something that I would quit my day job to do because I really don't make that much doing it. It's just a little something for my time. And like I say,
That
when I started out doing this, I didn't start out with the intention of ever getting paid for it. I didn't. Yeah, I mean, like when I started doing stuff with Alex, he asked me if I'd like to decoy for him, and I said sure. And at the time, I wasn't getting paid anything. He said, you know what? Let's just see where this goes. And you know, back in June, he decided to bring me on and give me a little something every month to help out, and it's certainly appreciated. And you know what? The folks who do donate and the folks that subscribe on locals, they make it possible.
100%.
You know, when Alex says that they travel the most and catch the sickest, that is not an understatement um, at all. Well, Sabrina, he had to ask me because I don't have Cash App.
Mm. Being a Canadian, that kind of hurts. You can't have Cash App basically.
Yeah,
Mandy sounds like a post-menstrual woman. I guess Fred's already into it.
postmenopausal woman.
Yeah. That's- oh, that's Dougie's. Oh, that's hilarious. I'm not. Oh, but anyway, we was we was going to be talking about this last catch. Well, not the last one, but the one that were in the when Pablo got punched, and at least he didn't
Yeah.
step in some poop.
Yes. Well, he probably did in that motel room. He probably did. Um, that was disgusting.
Mm.
Um, I mm, I can't imagine being there. Yeah.
It was
That. Let's hear the Mandy voice. We don't have a Mandy voice. This is it. Sorry.
uh, if Mandy would use her female voice, it would be like, "Hey, I'm Mandy."
No, it'd be like, "Hi, my name's Mandy."
There, that was that good for you, Erico?
Yeah. So I have somebody who has done a couple voice recordings for me, um, and yeah, they're pretty generic, so I can use them when I need to, and that's about it.
That is cool.
It is. It is. So I have to laugh at Gunther for calling me Man Destroyer.
Oh,
He
dude,
he would
that's better than Manda, but the Man
yeah
Destroyer, that's Gunther. Yeah, Gunther
yeah.
gave
So
it up on that
he
one.
he did it one night. I honestly I can't even remember the Pred's name. It was the guy that was inhaling that burger that Alex was eyeing. Um, but he said, "Do you know Mandy's last name?" And he said, "No." He said, "It's Stroyer. It's Mandy Stroyer."
Man Destroyer. Man, I don't think I can get a good camera angle, but
I I can't even spell my own name. Mandy. There we go. There you go. That's how he put it was Mandy Stroyer.
I like that.
Yeah. So yeah, that Brian catch that was really interesting. He had he had us waiting at the Walgreens for him in the town that I told him I was in. He said he was coming. He said all kinds of things, and I believe it was that Pred that asked me, "Are you ready to get effed?" And I said, "I think so. Are you?"
Wow. He literally said he like during the decoying phase he literally told you, "Are you ready to get
Effed.
F?"
Yep. And I said, "I think so. Are you?"
Oh, yeah. I remember you. Yeah,
He said, "Yes." I'm like, "Well, your wish is my command."
I remember you sent me the shot of that.
Yeah.
That's comedy. That's comedy gold. You can't. And I wish I was on my laptop so I could
You
possibly
can't
show
make
it.
that up. You can't make that up. I I think one of the best audio clips of the year would be from the catch with Paul that Alex just did the 2 times RSO, where he said like the guy said he was just going to have me get naked, and I mean he would have been sadly disappointed. Um, so when Alex said, "You know what? I've never had a woman get naked in front of me and say, 'Okay, babe, that's enough. Put your clothes back on.'"
Mm, I can to tell a
Good evening,
story
Sam
where.
Squinch.
Oh, Dougie wants to know. Tell a story where Mandy made a mistake.
Oh, I made a huge mistake. But before I get to that one, so something funny with the Brian catch is that Gideon was with them, and they were at the Walgreens looking for Brian. and I was on the phone with Alex, and I actually heard them go up to this guy and say, "Hey, Brian, we need to have a conversation. My name's not Brian," and he took off running out of the store, and so they went after him, and it turns out that it really wasn't Brian. I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing.
That that would be kind of scary because Alex, he's a big guy, and he just walk up to somebody, hey, hey, Brian, we need to have a talk. I believe I might run too. Well, not me, but if I could run, I would probably try to run away.
Yeah. Okay, so as a story where Mandy made a mistake. I mean, God, where do I start? There's no being perfect being a decoy, but no, I made a mistake one night. Madison and I were having a group chat with one of the Predators, and Madison and I would talk on Messenger as well, just between us. And I was looking up the county that this pervert was in, and I said to Madison in a chat that I thought was just the chat between us, I wonder if such and such a county will arrest. But the problem was I said it in the group chat.
Ooh,
And so I immediately had to block him. But he ended up getting caught in the end.
wow. I don't know. I think a lot of these predators are actually like speds, like special needs type. I don't know.
To an extent, but let's take Brian for example. Do I believe he's special needs of some sort? I mean, having a shallow gene pool, I don't think is necessarily special needs, but in this particular case, you you can tell that there's a deficiency there,
Mm-hmm.
but you can tell from the conversation with him, and you can tell even better from the chats that he knew what he was doing was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He asked several times if I was going to call the police on him. And I
Wow.
said, why would I do that? And he would tell me that, you know, because it's illegal. Or you're too young for me to talk to. In fact, Brian, if I go back and look, let me pull up his chats because I have them right here. With Brian, his chats were very interesting. His first message was asking me, just like here, are you single? How old are you? And I said, hi, I'm 12. How old are you? I'm too old for you. I'm sorry, I'm leaving now. And I said, oh. And then he just kept on talking.
Wow.
So he had his opportunity. He knew that it was wrong right from the get go.
Mm.
But yeah,
But I think a lot of times, I mean, most of the time, about all the times, I say all the times, they know what they're doing is wrong, but they just have that need for, I don't know what it is.
they have a compulsion or an urge that they cannot or will not control.
Mm.
Um, do I think that every pedophile is a child molester? No, I don't. There are people out there who are sexually attracted to children that will never act on it. Does that make it right? No, it doesn't make it right. It's still very wrong in a sense. But when they recognize that they have an issue and they keep themselves from being in compromising situations, that's managing their situation. Um, as much as I don't like it, I respect their ability to do that. Is every child molester a pedophile? Not necessarily. Some of them are molesters or are opportunistic molesters. So they molest because they have the opportunity, not because they were looking for it. The opportunity presented itself and they took advantage of it. Versus your predatory child molesters who are looking for an opportunity to do something to a child.
Do you think most women fall under that opportunity type predator?
Opportunistic? I don't know. I really don't know because I haven't I haven't watched many interviews with many female predators. Um, Female predators are much more cautious. That's why they go undetected more often than male predators. Because male predators are, I mean, let's just face it, us guys were dumb. We don't really think things through all the way before we do something. We start thinking with the wrong head and boom, game over, tilt, right?
Mm-hmm.
You just, yeah. So,
So,
yeah,
what do you think as far as I mean, you being a trans, um,
no, no, I'm not transgender fluid.
gender fluid? I'm sorry, I just had to say that because we was talking about it earlier, man. But it is definitely. I'm sorry, but it is like I do kind of think that. Mandy is dumb confirmed.
That's right.
I do think a lot of the women possibly are. Well, that kind of makes me think of like, teachers and stuff like that also because you see a lot of that stuff happen being teachers.
Um, yeah, and that falls under. Well, I mean, you have to ask the question: why did they become a teacher? I don't think most of them would fall under predatory in that sense. I don't think they took the job to get closer to kids. Whereas if you had a male teacher who was an offender, the statistical evaluation of that is it's a much higher chance that they would take the job for the purpose of getting closer to children. Um, yeah, to answer Gordon Flowers, if somebody donates $10 to Alex for me, he sends me 10 American. Yeah, transmission fluid. Well, I mean, you know what? Back, I'm going to get you banned off YouTube if I say that.
Please don't. I don't.
Well,
I've already had one strike, so.
I don't think it'll get you banned. Actually, back in my day, blowing a tranny meant you had transmission trouble.
Oh, that's cold. That's cold. I think luckily we're on Rumble also, so if nothing else, at least I'll get to keep my Rumble. The Facebook, bye.
Yeah. Oh,
YouTube.
sorry. Hold on. You said Facebook is by?
Oh, here we go. Oh, Map Hunter says what your gender fluid.
Oh yeah. No, I top up the gender fluid every day.
Oh.
You can get it in the drugstore. Kind of like you can go to the auto parts store and get blinker fluid. Um,
I'm sorry. Sam mentioned like I know it was hidden identity. Every time, like I think in one of the lives I did a while back, a long time ago, I was like walking out by my car and I said, "Oh, I got this busted blinker right here." He said, "You better check your blinker fluid," and I don't know, it just caught me in a funny moment.
well, I mean, when you go for blinker fluid, it's on the shelf right next to the sparks for the grinder.
Ah,
Yeah.
I'm always looking for, or what is a Johnson rod?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
right, it's right next to a bucket of steam.
I don't even know what we're supposed to be talking about at this point.
No, we were talking about how, you know, women being predators, if they're more of a like opportunistic versus predatory. Um, I think most women would probably fall under opportunistic. Um, the ones that are predatory are very slick.
Mm.
They're extremely slick at it. And I just realized that was a very poor choice of words.
But are they fully synthetic? If there's
Yeah.
slick, I don't know. I'm crazy. But yeah, definitely. I don't know. It's wild. I mean, what's crazy? I see a lot more teacher predators, like female teacher predators, than I would like like say you know type of like how Alex catches. Does that make sense?
I think that there's still more male teachers out there that are predators. Um, Media tends to make a bigger deal out of the ones that are female because it's less common. You know, is a male teacher gets busted for touching one of his students. Okay, well that's regular news. Um, it, when you hear of a female doing it, and I mean, all of a sudden it's plastered all over the news. You're hearing it, 5 times an hour. So,
Hmm.
and you know what? I have to go back and address Sam Squanch's comment earlier that Mandy's dumb confirmed. Um, I'll just throw this out there. My sped pred that I have, that I was telling you about earlier,
Hmm.
he's the one that tried to convince me that this guy's not a sped at first. After seeing a bunch of the chat logs, he's like, "Oh no, he's not a sped. He uses punctuation." I'm like, "Okay, so that's the criteria. They don't use punctuation."
Oh well, if that is that what if you don't use punctuation, does that mean you're possibly a sped pred? Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, that's what he's saying. That because the guy used punctuation, he must not be a sped.
Oh, okay, okay, I get it now. It's hmm, that makes sense. I hardly ever only punctuation I use is a question mark most of the time or a period.
Oh yeah, no, this guy uses an exclamation point and a question mark a lot.
I have fun with you in confidence. Oh, he says he has phone calls with you in confidence.
Yeah, but see, all of Canada is one party consent, so I can record it.
Oh, Dougie's asked a good question. It said, "What's a sped pred?" This is the short bus.
Yeah, so if Short Bus was a predator,
Oh, or somebody on the short bus was a predator.
yeah, yeah, something like that. Um, so anyway, yeah, like with Brian, he's definitely um, lacking some of his faculties, to put it very politely.
Hmm.
Um, I I don't think I don't think he's lacking to the point that he doesn't understand right from wrong, and that's what bugs me about it is that like these predators that are in fact special needs. I can think back to a guy named Nick down in Galveston. Alex caught him. He was the one that his brother got caught for CP. And his brother came home during the catch. They were talking outside next to the stop sign. And then he starts walking down the road, and the cop shows up, and his mother demands that he gets back in the car, all that kind of stuff. So he was inviting the three girls over to his parents' trailer to do it in the bathroom.
Wow.
He very clearly knew that what he was doing was wrong. He works in his sister's daycare.
Wow. That's sick.
And to the best of my knowledge, he still works in his sister's daycare
Still to this day.
to this day.
It's because his sister don't want to be like. It's probably like, oh, I'll still keep you here because it's family. Mm.
Well, they probably don't believe that because he. Now, I'm going to make a very generalized statement, and I know there's probably some people that this is going to get them wound up, which is fine.
Yeah.
But people that are diagnosed with a learning disability or a a deficiency, we'll call it, just because I don't have a better word for it. I know that's not politically correct, and I don't mean any disrespect by that. People that are either diagnosed as being autistic or whatnot, even if they haven't been diagnosed with it, if they've been told they have a disability all their life, we see this all the time with Alex, that they tell him, oh, well, I have a disability. Well, you may have a disability, but you clearly stated in the chats you knew it was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So you clearly must not be that deficient. You have been taught your whole life how to use your disability as an advantage.
They learned that.
And exactly, it is a learned behavior to exploit the fact that you have a disability when it is convenient for you to have it.
And I've saw that firsthand. That because I used to work with individuals with intellectual disabilities,
Mm-hmm.
and they would use that. They knew what they what they could get away with.
Well, because they've been taught all their life that people shouldn't expect anything better from them.
Mm-hmm.
So, they're smart enough to know how to. Now, I mean, again, this is a very broad generalization. This is not a hard and fast thing for everybody. It just seems to be, especially when they're caught doing something wrong. Like if you notice a lot of the ones where the parents step up and try to say, oh, well, he has special needs and blah blah blah. They're doing it again. They're trying to protect them and say, oh, like basically what they're trying to say is they're too dumb to do this. You must have the wrong guy. He's too dumb to do that. No, he's not. He's a
Mm-hmm.
lot smarter than you've given him credit for all his life.
Yeah.
He knows right from wrong, and if like this,
MMDE, they got the experience. They just don't get into that as much trouble when they say it.
right, because we as a society have been conditioned to be so inclusive that you can't hold somebody accountable who claims to have a disability.
Mm-hmm.
And I say this regularly when we deal with somebody who says that I have disabilities. It's like, oh, so your right to be or to not be held accountable outweighs the right of a child to be protected from
Hmm.
you. What happens to the children's rights? Where are the rights of the child? In this case, yeah, you were talking to a grown man. That's fine. But what about the real children that you're talking to? Why do they not have the right to be protected from you?
They should always. I mean, children should be protected at all costs, man. They should be. They should be the priority to keep children safe from the predators out
100%.
there.
100%. Let's this is a really good transition into Paul, the guy that Alex just caught, the one that kept touching himself the whole time. That was very odd. So Paul was a registered offender. I actually got him to admit to me that he was a registered offender before Alex caught him. That guy there, I was talking to him for 10 days. 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
He would have met the first night if I would have, if I could have had Alex there, he'd have met.
Wow. It kind of leans to they want to do this stuff as soon as they can. I don't know, man. It's this. I don't know. It's mind boggling to me how.
So let's take a look at Paul and kind of break that one down a little bit. So Paul was a registered offender in Maine. He was accused and found guilty of touching his ex's 6-year-old niece, touching her between her legs, and it went to court, and he was found guilty. So he didn't take a plea deal. He was found guilty. Okay. Now, fast forward a few years, he does like 6 months in jail, and he moves back to Boston or back to Massachusetts. He is working as a home health aide, and the guy that he's looking after, he's in his home. He goes to the bathroom, shuts the door, but doesn't lock the door. And the guy's 12-year-old grandson walks into the bathroom, and now he's accused of exposing himself to the child. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you're in the bathroom and you weren't smart enough to lock the door in somebody else's house, where you don't know if somebody's going to walk in on you, you don't know if they knock before they enter a closed door. You know, if you're going to the bathroom and somebody opens the door, you turn your head and say, "Excuse me, I'm busy here. I'm almost done." And a normal person would close said door and give you your privacy.
Yeah.
So, once again, he didn't take a plea deal. He was found guilty. What jury is going to find you guilty of exposing yourself to a child if it was just a matter of, they walked in on me while I was in the bathroom, unless you were, playing tug of war and, turned around for the child to see you playing tug of war, or invited the child in. I honestly don't know what the circumstance was, but, what jury would actually find you guilty if somebody simply walked in on you? Not a jury of 12.
I mean, I'm sure if it's just like, if I'm trying to grasp the situation, he left the door open, or he just walked on in, or what actually was said to happen?
He said that he went to the washroom, he closed the door,
Okay.
and went and used the washroom the 12-year-old grandson opened the door,
Mm-hmm.
is what he said. So again, if a child were to open the door and, you know, you say, you know what, sorry, I'm using the washroom.
Yeah, or say, oh, I mean, a lot of times when like I always like if I'm in somebody else's house or I like listen for people walking to the door, but I always lock it. But it always you can hear when somebody starts uh come like going to the door and like I'm in here even before almost as soon as the door tries to start open, I'm in here, and I don't believe he I don't know.
No, and then there was another incident that he was never charged for.
Wow.
That his ex-wife, um, she had a daughter who was 6 years old. To answer Dougie's question, what are we talking about now? This is the last pred that Alex caught for me in Wichita. Um, this is the guy that was wearing jeans and was touching himself regularly.
Mm.
Um, so anyway, this other incident that he told me about, his 6-year-old stepdaughter would apparently touch herself in a provocative or sexual way in front of him
Mm.
while undressed. And she would say that she liked it and that it turned her on. 6-year-old child shouldn't know those words or that meaning.
Exactly. No, that's
Um,
sickening, man.
so he said that the child's biological father was doing stuff to her, which possibility, but I mean, this poor guy, like these kids need to stop victimizing him.
Mm.
Like, like these kids just cannot resist his charm. So
Sure. Sure. Yeah.
I mean, he's the victim, right?
Definitely. No. But he wants to play the victim. Uh,
Right. He
right back to
views
the
it
mindset.
as they were coming on to him, and he's just a helpless victim.
Mm.
So
I don't
yeah,
know what. I mean, that's. I mean, in a situation like that, man, you would. He's an adult. I just don't see a 6-year-old or making a grown man the victim, man. That's BS.
it is BS. It is utter BS, and you're not going to convince me otherwise. You know, here's the thing. You have to look at the trend. There's a pattern. 6-year-old niece, 6-year-old stepdaughter, 12-year-old boy. He's now going after a 12-year-old girl, an 11-year-old girl, and a 9-year-old girl.
He's an adult, definitely.
Right. So, you know, I just I don't understand why he was given a third chance. He was given a second chance when he was released from jail the first time and put on the registry. He was given a third chance when he was put on the registry again in Massachusetts.
It's because the system is fucked up, basically.
Exactly. Why are we not putting the safety of children ahead of the rights of a pedophile? and a child molester. Let's call it what it is. He's not just a pedophile, he's a child molester.
He was convicted of it, so yeah.
He was convicted not once, but twice.
Like,
So,
you know how much time he has actually got from when he what kind of time did he get when he got convicted?
in Maine, he got 6 months, and
Oh,
in Massachusetts, he got 2 years.
oh, those are basically slaps on the wrist. The first one was
Mm-hmm.
like a little baby slap to the wrist, and the second one is like a little slap, man. And that's what they do. It's like the system. They don't want to deal out a punishment too harsh to anybody until it gets to the place where they actually like really mess somebody up, like for life or kill somebody. I don't know, man. That's
Well,
just
well, and that's my point. This is what I said to the officer when he called me. And by the way, that officer in Wichita was top notch.
mm,
Um, absolutely top notch. Um, I asked him, like, why are the sentences not tougher for these child predators? Like, that child, let, let's take the 6-year-old that he was found guilty of actually touching. That child was given a literal life sentence.
exactly. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, like, he was given a life. Sorry, that child was given a life sentence. I don't know the detail. I mean, it was very hard to find any details on him as far as the actual court cases, but he has cases dating back to, I think, 95.
Mm. Are you talking about Massachusetts here or the Massachusetts in Canada? Dougie's.
No, that's not what Dougie's is saying. I'm guessing Dougie's is from the East Coast, probably the New England area. And anyway, um, yeah, like yeah. So Paul, um, he
Mm-hmm.
he's from Massachusetts originally. If you couldn't tell by his accent, he moved up to Maine to be with this woman and assaulted her niece. Then he moved back to Massachusetts, had the incident with the 12-year-old boy. Then he moves to Kansas.
Wow.
So yeah, like he was trying to get away from his past and people knowing him. Several of
Wouldn't
the
he be on the
neighbors.
registry?
He is. He is on the registry. He's on there twice.
But a lot of times it's just like a lot of people don't check the registry. I believe like they should.
So there was one of his neighbors came up to Alex outside and asked what was going on, and he said, "Oh, Paul," and I was like, "Yeah, Paul," and he says, "Oh, I give him drives every now and then. Yeah, he is a little weird, but I didn't know he was on the registry."
Mm.
This guy used to babysit kids.
So how many other kids did he actually have access to that he's done this with?
Exactly.
Oh
How
my god.
many, he's involved in the church, and not to, you know, portray a stigma, but there's a lot of abuse happens in churches.
That's true.
And there's a lot of churches that tend to not necessarily sweep it under the rug, but trying to keep it quiet so that the
They,
church doesn't get a bad name.
they don't want to. I guess you could say, want to lose the reputation in the community. is what I would almost say.
Exactly.
Well, there's a because you would get a stigma, especially here if that happened to a church around where I live. Like,
Hmm.
oh, there's a predator, or the I don't know, somebody saying, oh, they go to that church, and could last years, if not, couple year, like for a long time, going to a church, like
Yeah.
saying it's I'm trying to explain what I'm trying to say. Like, it happens to the church, they'll be like, this person, he still goes to church there or whatever. I don't know. I can't explain what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Well, no, I get it. Like, the church has perfected covering up.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know what churches are like down in the U.S. because obviously I'm not down there. Um, there are quite a large number of churches in Canada that operate with a program called Plan to Protect. So any of the volunteers in the organization who are going to be working with children, or like anybody who holds a position of leadership, we'll call it, they all go through this program called Plan to Protect, where they are taught how to avoid putting yourself in a situation where you can be accused of something. So, like, I'll give you an example. You would never give somebody a ride. You'd never give a child a ride home by yourself.
Hmm.
There would always be somebody else, like another adult, with you, so that you don't end up getting accused of anything. But also, predators are not. I shouldn't say predators. Child molesters are not known as a child molester until they're caught the first time.
That is true. So they could be, I mean, and I just like back to what we was talking about. It, how many other times have they done it before they did get caught?
Statistically, a lot.
Wow.
Like I mean, there's so many different stats out there. Um, I I believe I saw that statistically there's usually a couple hundred before they're caught the first time, and I don't know that that's an actual stat, so don't quote me on that.
Did
But
you say a couple hundred?
yeah,
Or
I
I mean,
I
I'm not. Is that full on? You know, it makes you. I mean, you can touch you could just touch somebody, and it be called that. But is that just like you know what I'm saying? There's different levels to it. I mean, but it's all the same. Does that
it
make
it
sense?
it doesn't matter. You touch a child inappropriately, you touch a child inappropriately.
Yeah,
Um, it doesn't matter to what level.
but I'm saying so. I'm trying to say is they probably touched possibly 100 other children before the when they got caught. They possibly have
Right
touched.
now, was it a full on a full on assault, or my guess is that even brushing up against somebody and like brushing against their backside or whatever, a slip of a hand here that might not be a full on grope, but you know it doesn't matter. It's still damaging.
Exactly.
Like, whether the child feels violated in the moment or whether they reflect on it later and say, you know what, that wasn't right. Like, that's very damaging to a child.
And it just exactly. It's all the same. It don't matter to church. Okay. I'm quoting Mandy. And how much time do you think Preds spend per day prating?
Ooh, good one. It varies. Um, Paul, the guy from Wichita, a lot. He was a professional government tit sucker. In other words, he was on disability. And he doesn't have a job. He's at home alone, bored out of his gourd, and he was probably one of the most demanding Preds that I've had. He was adamant that I needed to talk to him multiple times a day, and if I didn't, then I couldn't be his girlfriend. And given the severity of the fact that I knew that he was a multiple time RSO and he was being so pushy to meet, I knew that if I didn't talk to him, he was going to be talking to another real child. And that child may not have fared as well. I do this just like every other decoy, so that hopefully it stops them from talking to another real child. If I can occupy his time enough, maybe that'll save at least one child.
Until they get caught. Dude, that's definitely. I think the stats is more like for every caught, there's like 100 not discovered. Wow.
Yeah, like I said, I honestly don't know if that's the number, because it would depend on who you ask. There's so many different stats. I mean, and realistically, I mean, 87.2% of all statistics are made up on the spot.
So what is even a job?
I don't know. I agree with that statement from Sam Squanch that RSO should be disqualified from any form of state assistance.
I agree with that 100% because, man, that's basically you can become RSO and still be. I don't know, that's fucked up. That's really messed up. That they should be disqualified. But are they not, like, are they still qualified even if you are an RSO to reform to get the state assistance?
He was on government assistance.
And he was, and we're talking about the 2-time sex offender, right?
Yep.
Oh my God.
Brian was on disability. Paul was on disability.
There's so many predators that's on actual disability.
Yeah. And I'm not against disability or government assistance for folks that genuinely need it. There are people out there that legitimately can't work. There's people out there that legitimately need assistance. And to those folks, absolutely, that's what the system should be there for. But to me, being a lazy child predator does not qualify you as needing assistance. Just throwing that out there. Like you like back to the how often do predators pred? Take a look at Sabrina's cheater number 1. Guy's got a full-time job, and from what little I know, he probably makes decent stinking money too.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
He's got a family. He's got a wife and 2 kids. He's your typical average American. 2.4 kids, 1.3 dogs. He's probably got a nice house. You know, he's got a wife that he doesn't deserve,
Mm-hmm. Uh,
and you know he. How often is he talking to Sabrina? He's talking to her a lot.
at least 2 to 3 times a day that I've saw that she would go live and talk to him.
Yeah, and Sam Squinch is right. He has 3 kids, two that live with him.
Wow.
But you know, he has 2 children right around the age of the person he thinks he's talking to.
Dude, that is sick. All of the time. Right there. All of the time.
Exactly. So think of how much time Sabrina has put into this pred.
She has put a lot of time into him, but how like how much of a punishment do you think he will like actually get from all this?
Based on the state that he's in, not much.
Wow. That just blows my mind, man. After really hearing this guy and the way he is and it dude, I wish he would get like severe time.
You
Um
know what? Sheriff Sheriff Grady from Florida put it perfectly the other day. Um,
oh
that you know, does he believe in the death penalty? He goes, hell yes. He said, I don't think we need to have an electric chair. I think we need to have an electric bench. Line them all up and fry them all at once.
I can get down with that. And basically, oh, did you see this? What Sam said?
Hmm.
He's he is the most nerve wracking pred I have ever. I can't stand listening to him.
No, I know.
I literally cannot. I can't stand him. Like the way he goes.
Well, I don't think you can say that Sabrina enjoys talking to him because
Oh,
I
definitely
guarantee you
not.
she doesn't.
No, I don't believe
But
he does at all.
you know, Sabrina is doing an amazing job at occupying him so he doesn't have time to talk to a real child.
Exactly.
Sabrina's putting herself through hell talking to him to save other children from having to be his victim.
And that's so commendable. That is like so commendable that people, like other decoys like yourself, Sabrina, all the other PP decoys are putting your all's time and energy into catching these people. And I really do think that a lot of decoys don't get a lot of the recognition they deserve. It's all about a lot of the catches, a lot of the pred catching community is it's about the catchers when it's really a lot of the stuff to get there to get convictions or
Mm-hmm.
are all about the decoy work. If you got good decoys,
You know what? If Sabrina could see me right now, I would give her a standing ovation for what she's doing
definitely.
because she deserves absolute recognition for what she's doing. I what I do here is a very small part. When you look at what Sabrina is putting herself through with this predator, when you look at what Sabrina did with Blaze, the
Definitely.
hell she went through with just these 2 guys alone, you know, Sabrina has more strength and stamina than I do when it comes to that. I wish that I had the ability to do calls to make it more convincing. I just don't have that ability.
Mm.
You know, I can play the part of a 12-year-old girl pretty quick or pretty well. I just can't talk the part pretty well.
Mm. I think she said I think his wife might end up hating all of us.
Oh, I think so.
it's going to be a hell. I mean, we don't talk a lot about the predators family side of all this, but dude, after this stuff happens, I'm sure it's hell on them because they may not know. I mean, I'm sure some of them may know, but I think some of them may not know. They try to hide it, and I don't know. And it's like I feel I feel bad for the children involved and anybody that's involved in what they what how the I don't know what I'm trying to say.
I like let's take a look at cheater number one for an example. His children probably know absolutely nothing about the monster that he is,
Hmm.
and nor should they. They should not. They don't deserve to be put through the hell that they're about to get put
I'm sorry. No, they do not deserve the hell at all. And it makes you wonder if he's willing to do this to another um, small, to Haley.
through. Hmm.
Who's to say that he hasn't did something inappropriate with his own children? Because we
Not
know how degrading these people really are.
but based on what Sabrina has said, he absolutely gets repulsed when she brings up anything to do with his own kids. Um, he's very much against that when she brings it up. And I mean, we're talking she's bringing it up as I forget if she's 13 or 14 with this one, or what it is. Somebody up there just said she says she's 14. Um, but he's not willing to entertain that with the decoy, so very likely he's not involved with his children. I hope for their sake he's not. Um, but there are some that, whether it's truth or whether it's fiction, they claim to have done things with their own children in a way of trying to normalize it to the decoy that, oh, it's okay. I do this with my daughter, or
Mm.
I do this with so and so. Whether they've done it or not, just it's a grooming technique to normalize the behavior. But I
That's
suggested to Sabrina that she say, hey, maybe me and your daughter can be friends. And she was like, no, he's absolutely against
mm. So he's putting on this facade, I guess you could say, saying, "Oh, I'm this man that goes to work and have this, I don't know. Does it make sense? Make sense me saying he puts on facades to his family, but we like us in on the know of hearing him talk to Haley like that. No, he's really a monster deep down.
that. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure. Oh, hey, Auntie Zippy. Um, I believe Sabrina said that he has been caught cheating before. Like his wife knows about him cheating before. Um, so if she suspects that he's cheating, she probably doesn't suspect that he's cheating with a child, or
Wow.
who he believes to be a child. Um, he probably, oh, three times at least. Wow, man whore. Um, so yeah, he's been caught cheating many times before. I would have to suspect that it hasn't been a child. Yeah, all adults. There we go. So if she's going to suspect him of anything, she'll suspect him of whoring around with another woman.
So what do you
So
think? What do you think caused him to take that turn toward a child?
that's above my pay grade, bud.
Well,
Um,
I mean, that's a good question. What real, if he can do this like three times at least, with a woman per se, what changed in him to make him go after a child, man? That don't make sense to me.
his his profession really concerns me.
See, I'm not in the know of the profession, and no, I don't
No,
want to
and
know because
I'm not going to say what it is. Um, hi when it all comes out, you'll understand. Um, but his profession genuinely concerns me.
mm, he resents supporting his wife.
Well, then he shouldn't have married her.
Mm.
Like I don't understand guys who cheat in the first place, yet alone with a child. But like guys who cheat in the first place, I'm married and I'm sorry. I got a hard enough job keeping one happy. Why the hell would I want more than one?
Do you think he's possibly? I mean, I'm just thinking of his mindset on this. Do you think he's trying to start over in a way because he's so unfulfilled about his wife?
I haven't had a chance to analyze him enough.
I
Um,
mean, it's just kind. I mean, that's
so
just a
yeah, like Sabrina just said yes, and I out of anybody here, Sabrina's going to know him the
yeah.
best out of any of us. Um, I just I haven't had the time to listen to all the calls and to really analyze them. Um, I
And
would say
what
that
some
was
people,
very
and also I want to say what some people don't know is that yeah, we hear the calls. Oh, is that's all the contact? No, that's not all the contact. There's also messages and voice messages and pictures and all this other stuff that it's a 24/7 job when you really get into it that deep.
it is, and the hard part with decoying is that you have to um, you have to keep this all straight in your own head. Like when you're dealing with multiple predators, you have to keep it straight what you're telling who. Like right before we went live, I told you I had to look up the the birthday that I told this one pred because I can't remember how long have I been talking to him. I talked to him for a little bit and then he ghosted me for a while and then he came back. So did I tell him this date or did I tell him that date? So yeah, I had to go back and check because what if he doesn't remember? Sorry, what if he doesn't remember? Okay, no big deal if I give him the wrong date. If he does remember and he says he doesn't, and I give him the wrong date, then he's gonna come back at me and say, you lied. This is what you told me before.
Hmm. Yeah, do you see
So
what Sam said there? Sam said, I put it up on screen.
yeah, no, I saw it.
Did he? I think he really did say that.
He did,
Wow.
but I mean, like, yeah, he's a piece of work. But I mean, like, I just don't get why these guys even try to go after children. Like, has there really not been enough exposure about this that people think they're going to get away with it?
Maybe maybe sometimes in their mind they don't feel like they're like that other person. Well, I would never talk to them this way, or I would never, but they still do, or they wouldn't. Oh, I wouldn't have done this. Why they like if I was their teacher? No, but they really would have.
Yeah, like I don't the way he verbally savors his thoughts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can't
Mm.
hardly watch. I've missed so much of Cheater One because I can't handle him going.
Oh, and I mean, you know he's taking care of himself while he's talking to her, which the thought is disgusting.
You know what's
Um,
crazy? That he
a
was
lot of
staying
things.
awake. Yeah, definitely. But it boggles my mind how he just got out of the gym and he was just like falling asleep, just not to go home and just wanting to talk to Haley. That just
Yep,
that's sickening.
it is. He is so invested in this fake relationship or false relationship, this fantasy.
Well,
I
and we did. It never even added on that he probably thinks that she's schizophrenic.
if he doesn't think she's batshit crazy, I mean Sabrina is, but that's a whole nother story. Um, if he doesn't think that Haley is batshit crazy, again, he's not really thinking about MMDE or Dougie's or whoever the hell it is that keeps saying that. If he doesn't, if he doesn't think, I threw myself off. He thinks that he's just gonna get a 13-year-old for his own physical pleasure. He's not thinking about having a long-term, actual, meaningful relationship with this child.
Definitely.
If
Zippity. I just want to say hi. I didn't say hi to Zippity when she came in, but it is. I think it is very triggering to a lot of us, and that
you know,
Sprint go go through this alone.
yeah, different decoys have different personal experience, um, and I don't want to comment on anybody else's experience because I don't know how much they want to say about their own experience. I believe I actually started watching Sabrina back. It happened to be one that she and her sister were on the live, and they were talking about some of their childhood. Um, my heart goes out to people who have had to go through that childhood trauma. Um, I don't know how they do this.
Mhm.
You know, to Zippity's point, like I don't know how somebody who has been through something that traumatic personally deals with this. I've said before, I have reason to believe that something may have happened to me as a child, um, but I would not call it traumatic if it did happen. Like I'm not traumatized, but you know, for somebody who has vivid memory of childhood trauma like that to talk to these guys and to go through this and more or less relive it. I mean, I know why they do what they do because they're absolute rock stars who, you know, are doing their part to save real children from real monsters. Um, but the hell that it must play on them. I I don't know. You know, like I have a great support system with my friends and family. Um, I'm sure Sabrina has a great support system. I don't know about all the other decoys, but yeah, it does take its toll mentally on you.
And
So,
you recently kind of had that when you was like in that message, you's like, what was it that you just sent me? We was talking about earlier about you saying, "Well, come and meet me. Well, come on and."
oh no, like that for okay, that for me wasn't a even close to a traumatic response. That's
Oh, okay.
that was a frustration response. That was, I'm trying to get him to stop badgering me to meet. I want more information out of him. I want him to tell me um, the things that he wants to do with said individual. He has not crossed a line yet where I could say, Alex, I need you to go meet this guy. I need him to cross that line because he has pushed so hard for a meet that, yeah, he's an absolute menace, and he would absolutely hurt a child. He's not on the registry. He doesn't have a car. He's 55, and ironically, his name is almost identical to the guy in Wichita. In fact, it was to the point I was nervous to even talk to him at first because I thought it might have been the guy in Wichita with a different account and talking to me to try and get me to slip up on something.
Wow,
But it turns out they're two very different people, just have almost identical names.
that's actually pretty crazy.
It was freaky at first. it
Oh,
it was very concerning at first.
yeah, Zippity, build a support system, e-support or real life. Definitely, I get with that, Zippity.
Yeah, I've talked to a few of the decoys, and I've told them, I'm here. If I don't care what time of day or night it is, if you're struggling and if you need to talk, call me.
And I do think there's a hole in that people. I think a lot of times people do need to talk to get some of this off of them sometimes because I'm sure it can weigh heavy on people like yourself and Sabrina and all the other Pingu in ways that I've heard of like other decoys have had to like stop or slow down because it
Hmm.
I just it gets to be too much.
And you know what? Each person's personal experience plays into how much they can take. You know, for me, and I can only speak about me, I compartmentalize it. So my day-to-day life, who I am, is almost like a separate part of my brain from who Mandy is.
Mm.
If that makes sense. It's almost like Mandy has a closet over here that all of these interactions go in that closet. And all of my other day-to-day life stuff goes in the rest of the area.
Mm.
Um, but what Serena said there, my support system is pure laughter. Absolutely.
Mm.
Um, that is how I deal with a lot of my stuff is pure laughter. I make fun of the Preds on a regular basis, um, and everybody that I work with in my real life job, they all know that I do this, and they all support what I do. My family all knows, and you know what? They're like, for instance, the chat that I showed you earlier tonight. There's a
Yeah.
lot of times I'll say to some of my coworkers, "You're never going to believe this. Here, look at this." and they read through it, and we just laugh at it.
You have to, man.
So
The stuff is ridiculous. I mean, I don't know.
exactly. Now the stuff is really dark. I won't talk to them about it so much. About, not about.
Oh, right here. I
Um,
was hoping you would say that. How many boots? I was hoping you would
yeah,
say. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, go ahead. You were saying.
yeah. I won't share the really bad stuff with anybody but my close circle. Um, just I mean, like again, there's a couple of decoys that I do talk to regularly, and I will talk with them about it because they understand it. Yeah,
Dougie's. That's why his chat tards are always goofing on this. Definitely. It is. And that's. I think some people don't get it, but a lot of the other people do.
I think there's a lot of people that think they get it. And I don't mean that to be disparaging to anybody. I thought I understood it before I started decoying, and as bad as I thought it was, it's worse.
Dude, I'm. It's even worse. It's yes, yes. That's all I can say is yes, because that just the even always going back to the Charles Haw, dude. When I that really changed my perspective on a lot of this, and I wish you know some of the people could have like maybe saw more of what he had. I mean, without the what I had to take down off of YouTube, but could have saw more of what he was doing because it really sinks into your mind. He's sending this to a 13-year-old, 14
12
year
year
old,
old,
12
12-year old.
12-year-old. Dude. That's even worse
So
to a 12-year-old.
the, and that's the point, is that, like, I had another pred tonight just before we went live asking me, "Are you sure you're okay with my age?" And I said, "Yeah. Are you okay? Are you sure you're okay that I'm 12?" So it gets brought up several times in the conversation, solidifying that my age. Um,
Yeah, even
the
Matt,
Yeah, like
it gets worse than you can think.
it does, and like the Brian, the guy in the motel, the sped, he he asked me the day we were going to meet how old we all were again, and I said, "You don't remember?" He said, "No." I said, "Guess," and he listed off the three ages. Um, so yeah, he
Wow.
he bloody well knew how old they were, and to me that was very important to get him to admit the ages without me telling him, because it shows that he knew.
Yeah, he knew. It's crazy. What the hell? Okay, we got that. Is your refrigerator running, Mandy?
No, it's pretty stationary.
Is did you put Prince Edward in the can?
Prince Edward in the can. Not
Albert.
quite.
Prince Albert in
No,
a can.
no, that's Edward.
Edward. Well, I
Albert
thought it
starts with
was.
an A.
I think you meant Prince Albert.
I got no idea.
Uh, oh, dude. Why can I click on man? Yeah, why is that huge rod?
What Mandy link are you referring to? the PayPal one or the channel one. I posted the
Two
Predator
different
Poachers link.
channels.
Yeah, I've posted 3 separate links in here, so I'm not sure which one you're referring to.
If you let us know, I'll try to post it myself if I'm able to. Because definitely, if you all haven't subbed to like Mandy, please do.
Yeah, there's like I don't post a whole lot of stuff, but I do have some content up there from the Truth or Dare Pred, also known as the Cat Turd Liquor. I think that one's going to go down in history. Yeah, dared a predator to lick a cat turd.
The links don't hyperlink in Rumble chat. Okay.
Oh, Dougie's, if you go over to YouTube, I'll post them there for you, and you'll be able to see them. So I'll post that over here in YouTube. Maybe. There
Then let me get this one.
we go. Oh, it'll probably work for you, Short Bus, because you're like an admin, a mod, or super, whatever. Although that being said, mine shows links in my chat. I'm guessing you're watching on your phone as opposed to on a browser.
Oh,
It should work on a browser.
There we go. Did it work? I just wonder if it worked.
Yeah, Sam Squanch just said they don't work in Rumble unless you're using a browser. They don't work in the app.
Oh, let me
Sorry
go
about
back.
that.
Unless you're using the
Nope,
app or no, hang on.
No,
Okay.
if you're using the browser, if you're using a browser, the links work. It looks like your link that you posted may have worked for Dougie's. I'm not sure which one he's referring to.
Hang on, let's see. I'm not sure which one he was. There was one either.
Okay, so Dougie said it worked on the phone, but not when I posted it. It was when you posted it. So, yeah.
Oh, damn. Thank you, Huge Rod. I just saw that. Merry Christmas, you too, Decoy Mandy. Got to work. Thank you, Huge Rod.
Thank you very much, Huge Rod.
I really do appreciate that very much. Let me post this other one. Back here.
Yeah, like these predators, there is no end to them. There is, I mean, like there's just a plethora of them. Like for instance, in the last couple hours, I've had another 10 friend requests.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's crazy how it's like that. It's sad to see. Yes, MMDE. I think, I don't know. Oh well.
Yeah, it's a huge problem, and it's not going away.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry, Dougie's. Oh, I don't know what you said, Dougie's. I can't see it from where I am, like up where I'm through StreamYard. I can't see the donations, and I appreciate it so much, Dougie's. If you want to say the questions, I'll definitely answer it the best way or ask it the best way I can.
He's lying, Dougie's, because I saw it, and he's just basically only saying it now because you called him out on it.
Oh, he knows that's not true. He knows that's not true. I'm gonna say that Dougie's he's been one of my longest long time short bus rider. I like we love Dougie's though.
No, I have the utmost respect for Dougie's.
Definitely.
Um, he's good stuff, provided that it's a guy. I assume it is.
Well, he may be kind of like you, Mandy.
Well, I mean, it's 2024. You can't assume anybody's gender.
That is true. That is true.
I mean, I identify as skinny. I mean, I'm trans slender.
Oh, I wish I could. Thank you, MMDE, and we will.
Thank you very much, MMD. I appreciate that.
Did he really?
But
I can't say.
yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw it. I have my um, whatchamacallit, my Rumble chat on pop out, so I saw something there.
Okay, we'll do what we can.
We'll
Don't ask
we'll
me.
figure out what's what, but
Oh, MMDE, I want to kick your ass. Yeah, if you send it to me, I'll relay it to him if you want to do that, or you can just like click the PayPal link. It's up to you, MMDE.
yeah, I know not everybody has PayPal. I wish Cash App worked in my country, but it does not because it doesn't.
That sucked. But yeah, man, I think well, I almost don't know 300 on I'd, dang, Dougies. That would have been like ridiculous.
Yeah.
I would if it would have been an accident, I would have found a way to reimburse it or something. That would have been like wicked wild. Or did you? I would have done what I could to pay it what I could back.
Well, I mean, you could be like another unnamed catcher who apparently had somebody donate like $600 on locals when they meant to donate six, and apparently that's why he can't get on locals. Um, like locals banned his account or something. But I mean, this is all hypothetically speaking.
Definitely, that when you're talking about locals, I've had locals a little bit, and it's very easy to fix that. I mean, you have a refund button.
Yeah, I know, but apparently, according to that individual, locals didn't like it when he tried to refund it, and they gave him all kinds of stink about it, and that's why they shut down his locals.
Oh, well, I don't know who you're talking about, but
Apparently, I'm
that's
sure you can guess.
I'm sure I can guess, but that's
3 guesses, you only need one.
that's all I need. Huh?
So anyway, yeah. So I'm sure we're probably not going to be live together before Christmas again. So
This has been
Merry
like a
Christmas.
really. Oh yeah, definitely. Go ahead, say
Yeah,
your thing, man.
yeah. So I would like to wish a Merry Christmas to all of the viewers. You guys are fantastic. You guys support Short Bus. You support Alex. You support the other decoys. Um, thank you for the support. It means the world to us, and by that I mean like whether it's just like what's the word I'm looking for, emotional support, just knowing that you're you know keeping us in your prayers, keeping us in your thoughts, whatever you want to call it, um, or if it's financial. you guys make the difference. You guys make it easier for us to do what we do.
100%. I agree with that. You know what? If somebody don't support me, as long as you support, predator poachers or other catchers, because I've interviewed so many catchers, man, and they're all worth supporting. But my favorite of all would be Alex. Him and predator poachers are the ones that really, are really what I enjoy supporting. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I was brought on with Predator Poachers, like I said, back in June. Um, I was actually approached by another team. I didn't realize decoy poaching was an actual thing, but apparently it is. Um, I was approached by another team asking if I wanted the decoy, and I told them, well, I decoy for predator poachers, and they said, oh well, would you want to decoy with us too? Like, it's like, no, I'm being compensated from predator poachers for what I do. Why would I take time away from what I'm doing for predator poachers to do something for you? And then to top it all off, I like, just for giggles, I asked them how much they would pay because they do a pay per catch.
Mm.
And they said, well, it would depend on the quality of your chats. We'd have to see some of your chats first to see the quality of your work. I'm like, well, right there, you just lost me.
Wow, the quality, you working with. I mean, honestly, if you're working with predator poachers, you're a top quality decoy or top quality catcher. You can see it in predator poachers work, man. It's what it is.
Well, I mean, as far as my chat logs and stuff, I've showed you like a complete set of chat logs, and I I take pride in how I assemble my screenshots, how I assemble my chat logs to submit to the police. Um, I've always got a decoy statement ready for Alex, and you know, yeah,
Definitely.
to say that you would have to see my chat logs to figure out how much I'm worth. No, I'll stick with Alex. Thanks. I mean, to be honest, I wasn't entertaining it to begin with. I just wanted to see what they were going to do. And of course, I told Alex about it, and he goes, oh, who was it? And he goes, was it so and so? I'm like, yep.
Wow,
So
that's
yeah,
crazy.
I'm like, you know what? I personally believe in loyalty, and you know, Alex is the one that kind of took me under his wing and helped me out. So that's where my loyalty lies.
Definitely.
But
Wow, we've
yeah,
been we've been here about almost 15 minutes for 2 hours.
yeah,
Well, actually,
something like
less than
that.
that. Yeah, a little bit less. Man,
Yeah, an hour and 48.
you made more candy. Oh, yeah. I like banana. She's made a batch of hard candy while we was been chatting. So
Oh, well, isn't that sweet?
yeah, I've been like sucking on it. So
Pardon me.
I've been sucking on the hard candy.
Oh, the hard candy.
Yeah, yeah. I've been. It was a strawberry.
Oh, I was gonna say, can you see my banana? I'm sucking on it.
Oh, where's my banana when I need it? Oh my god, I'm crazy. So yeah,
Oh
let's
no,
go.
no, you were right the first time. We're crazy.
Yeah, we're crazy. Oh,
Yeah, you don't have to be crazy to ride the short bus, but it certainly helps.
He says short bus been sucking. I take that as a
Yeah.
compliment.
Yes, sir.
Well, Mandy, it's been nice talking to you, man. We got to do this again. We like build good conversations or something. I don't know.
Oh well, something like that.
I mean, I am trying to learn, and I am the short bus.
Yeah.
And you seem like you have. I mean, you're good with your words, and I just mumble around, and I don't know.
Oh, I don't know if I'd go that far, but
I've seen Shorty blow. Yes, yes, MMDE.
all I know is that I don't say as much as our prime minister, who's sucking hind tit right now. I
um,
have never seen such a comedy show as what happened this week in Canada.
mm.
We had four ministers of finance in one day.
What?
Yep, our minister of finance and deputy PM resigned Monday morning, and then he appointed another person to be finance minister. They resigned. He appointed another one. They resigned, and then he appointed another one. So we had four in one day.
Wow.
Yeah, the that ship is sinking faster than the Titanic.
At least you don't have like UFOs and drones flying everywhere in your country, I guess.
No, they like the southern states. They only like to butt diddle the southerners.
Oh no, no, no. We not probing down here.
Oh no,
Oh no.
I'm positive you've been probed.
No, sir. This is the short bus. We do no probing.
I didn't say you do the probing.
I may. I can't answer that question. I plead the fifth. That finance minister is on cocaine. Oh, is that real?
Yeah. Well, it depends which one of the four you were talking about.
Probably all of them.
I think the PM's on cocaine, but
Ooh, that's juicy.
and then you have the leader of one of the parties that will not vote non-confidence on him because if if he stays in office until February, that's when he's eligible for his pension. So you watch. He'll wait and like if Trudeau makes it to February as PM, um, Jagmeet Singh will wait until his pension kicks in, then he'll vote non-confidence.
Hmm.
Because pretty sure he's not going to win his seat in the next election. But anyway,
That's
that's a whole other
wild.
story. It's supposed to be a predator catching, not political. Well, political, yeah, it's almost the same thing.
It really. I mean, you kind of look at what Alex does when he's can't get the states down here to convict, or I think who was he was talking about earlier.
South
Uh,
Carolina.
yes, dude, that boils into political issues.
It does. It does. And the U.S. is very political. Um, I don't understand the whole different laws for different states kind of thing because in Canada, our our criminal code is called the Criminal Code of Canada.
Mm,
It's the same laws nationwide. So if you're caught with CSAM in BC or British Columbia,
mm.
the penalty is the same as if you were caught in Newfoundland, Ontario, Nova Scotia, Alberta. It doesn't matter. The punishment's the same.
Mm.
And I don't know why y'all have different laws for different states. And to take it a step further, you have different DAs that are tough on this and tough on that. Our DAs are appointed, not elected. So our DAs, their job is to uphold the law, not to uphold what they want to uphold.
Just think of states as different countries.
Oh, I know.
They just got some
And
federal laws, etc. Yeah.
and your dumbass or president-elect thinks he's going to make Canada the 51st state. I'll bet you he couldn't name the 10 provinces and 3 territories,
Well, to
yet
Israel,
alone
I
their
couldn't either.
capitals. No, I know. Like, you're saying that you're going to make something the landmass of the U.S. the 51st state when you all got yours divvied up into 48 contiguous.
So we would have to divvy up Canada.
Well, no, I mean you're not going to make it one state. If you're going to absorb it, you absorb it as the as the 3 territories and 10 provinces that it is. So you make it another 13 states.
Trump is going to put 20% tariffs on Mandy's decoy. Oh.
Good. All it's going to do is tax you guys, not me. See, that's the other thing is that Trump's so stupid he doesn't realize that the tariff is not a tax on the people providing the service or the product. It's a tax on the American people. Like, if you put a 20% tariff on Canadian goods, it's not Canada paying that tariff. It's the U.S. companies that are importing the goods. A tariff is a tax, which I thought the Republicans didn't like. It's a tax on the goods being imported into the country, not a tax on the country exporting the goods. So all it does is it drives your cost up.
Mm-hmm.
So when he talked about putting a 200% tariff on John Deere parts if they're made in Mexico, he's screwing the American people because he's going to make it more expensive for the American people to buy John Deere.
Huh. That is right. Dude, I never. So it's not the exporting, it's the importing.
So in other words, what you're saying is Donald Trump isn't the only one that didn't know what a tariff was.
Yeah, I don't see. We as Americans, I mean, well, me personally, we may not fully understand our laws. Oh, how you doing, Yankee Free? Yeah, we just try to abide by them.
Yeah, so I mean, basically, what it boils down to is,
Dougie's a tariff purpose is to correct trade imbalance, not a tax.
it is a tax. It is a tax because the reason. I mean, let's take for instance iPhones. Okay, if the iPhone was made in the U.S., those factories have to abide by certain regulations. And then you get unions involved, because we want worker protection. And then there's all the OSHA stuff. There's the environmental regulations. There's safety regulations. There's all this stuff. So we can farm that out to China and get them to do it because they don't have the unions that the US has. They don't have the environmental protections. They don't have the safety protections. They don't have all the worker rights that the US loves and should have. So on top of that, they also have cheap labor over there. They like it just stands to reason that when you have all of those reasons that labor's cheaper and product is cheaper, that's why we buy it from China. Because if we were to make it here, like right off the hop, labor's more expensive here.
Mm-hmm.
And then we slow everything down with all of the extra safety stuff, which I'm not saying is a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
But you have the safety, you have the unions, you have the environmental protection, you have all of that stuff that causes
all the red tape type things.
Exactly, all the red tape that causes the labor rates to be higher in North America. So MMDE, I'm not arguing for exploiting. I'm explaining.
Oh,
Um,
oh yeah.
you
Let's.
know, like,
We'll have to come back to this. We went from decoy stuff to politicals.
oh yeah, of course we did, but it's it's just yeah, it's in. Well, it all started because Dougie said they were going to put a tariff on my certain decoy services. Um,
Donald, I think Dougie's a troll.
yeah.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, but it's getting over my head because I'm not. I will admit that it's over my head at this point. So.
Well, it's over Donald Trump's head too, so don't
Oh.
feel sad.
Oh. My phone is made of colored.
No, it's not made of. It's made by.
Oh. Oh God.
But you know what? Kids have such small hands that it gives them that dexterity to deal with all the small parts.
Oh, exploited children. Isn't it awesome how that happens when you stream it? Yes, definitely.
It is. You never know what rabbit hole you're going to go down on the short bus.
And that's true. That's a true statement. Like I didn't think I was gonna be on here for 2 hours,
No,
or
neither did I.
and I didn't. But I've had a good time. It's like I'm just like if I was on a phone call with you, man, just like us chatting and ring.
Well, no, I can't say some of the things here I would say on a phone call.
Well, that is true. Welcome to the U.S. of C.
Yeah, the United States of Communism.
No, I think he's saying he's saying the U.S. of Canada.
I know. I'm just making. You guys already have California.
1 hour turns into 7, definitely. Oh, there went my thing saying I'm still streaming. And I
Yeah.
saw that Sabrina just went live just a few minutes ago also. So
Yeah, she got tired of listening to me.
oh, I maybe
I
Trump
I like that
submitted.
one.
Oh, Trump just sent Mandy a Facebook request.
Well, you know what? All the pictures of Trump with Epstein. If
I,
it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's not a chicken.
mm, you know, I heard I've heard this before. I don't know if it's true or not. It's like birds of a feather,
Birds of a
but
feather.
a feather. It's late for me. It's like it's later for you, but
Is feather like fake leather?
it's like it's like yeah, definitely. Look, did what? Oh well, yeah. Let's go ahead and end this because we're getting on different featherings.
Yeah, you have some candy to go suck. So
Yeah, definitely. And it's strawberry and banana.
it's it's strawberry.
Strawberry and banana.
Yeah, throbbing berry.
A throbbing
Oh,
banana berry. I
yeah.
do. I do. I do
Release
think
the
they.
feather.
I do believe in release the Epstein list and the Diddy list.
Oh yeah, I think they need to release both of them because Trump's on both.
Do you think so?
Um, oh, I guarantee you.
This is refreshing rumble anti-Trump. Well, I wouldn't say, and I'm not. I'm not anti-Trump.
I didn't say you were. I
No,
don't
but
think Yankee Free said that. I I'm not necessarily anti-Trump completely. I I think that Trump was probably the better choice of the two, but in a country where you got over 300 million people, it's kind of shocking that that's the best two you could come up with.
I want to believe in Trump, me personally, and they've and I heard somebody say this earlier somewhere, or I forget exactly who, but said that they've tried so much different things to keep him out of the government, pushing like the January 6th stuff started then, and the courts and all this stuff. And I really do believe that the deep state or whoever it is don't want him in there.
Yeah, like in response to Dougie's comment, probably the better choice. I say that because as a Canadian, I don't understand all of the inner workings of the U.S. government system. I don't claim to understand them all. Um, when I say probably the better choice, um, Trump was not a good choice for Canada.
Mm-hmm.
So that's partly where I'm coming from, based on his first term. Um, Trump didn't do anything to help Canada. In fact, it hurt Canada a lot. Combine that with the fact that we have a retard for a prime minister. Right now he's grasping at straws, but the problem is the dumbass forgets that he banned plastic straws.
Oh.
So yeah, that's just a whole other story.
No, I'm not from Canada, Yankee free. And thank you for the follow. I'm not from Canada at all. I'm from America.
He's from the South.
Yes, from the South. And if you're not familiar, I am Short Bus, and this is Decoymandy. So,
yes, I'm the Canadian. He's the American. The friggin' tariffs that he put on us last time, that killed our exports. Where do I start with this? He abolished NAFTA, which more or less screwed us. And then he comes up with the USMCA, basically rewriting NAFTA to suit what he wanted, not the other two countries that he's in partnership with. Yeah.
Hello,
MMDE.
And MMDE said he's new here also. It's not.
Yeah, you just give out wrenches to the new people.
That's true.
Come on over, get a wrench.
He's on Rumble.
No, that comment was on YouTube.
I mean, I was saying that Free, the new guy, the new person.
Oh, Yankee Free is on YouTube. Or sorry, on Rumble, yes.
Yes, Rumble.
Yeah. I mean, up here, I'm careful saying this. Down there, they tried to assassinate Trump twice, weren't successful. Why won't somebody try Trudeau? Like, come on. Oh, that's right, because he just banned another bunch of rifles.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, that's a whole other story.
Yeah, American first. That's what the USA want.
Yeah, like I'm not saying. Can we retire the Canadian anthem? Well, since they changed the wording of it, yes, please.
Oh, Dougie's.
Instead of all thy sons command, it now has to be in all of us command.
Dougie's,
because heaven forbid that something that's been in place for over 150 years might offend somebody.
I believe Dougie's is kind of triggering you, Mandy.
Oh no, he's not triggering me. I'm already triggered.
Oh, y'all are the. No, this. Oh, they what? Oh, okay, Mandy. I really appreciate you, man.
No, I appreciate, like always, I appreciate you giving us a platform to talk about the decoy stuff, and then it just kind of morphs into everything else, like kind of like a melting pot. Oh wait, that's like the U.S. Where if you're white, you're the minority. Did I say that out loud? Damn it!
Oh, it's all.
Well, no, It's no better in Canada. Before we go, okay, let me throw this out there for you. You think you guys got an immigration problem and whatnot? Okay,
Mhm.
our prime minister, our prime rib roast minister, decided to let 4.3 million immigrants come in on a temporary basis. And when asked like a week or a week and a half ago what they were going to do to ensure that these people leave December 31st of 2025 like they are scheduled to, we're going to use the honor system.
I mean, I just have a question. Were they Americans?
No. So,
I'm sorry.
yeah, the governor. So basically, our governor, if you want to call him that, has said that the budget will balance itself.
Oh my
I'm,
god.
so, I'm sorry. I know you legalized pot. What strain are you smoking? Clearly, I'm not smoking the right one. Like,
I'm sorry. You've got me like cracking up here.
you can't make this shit up.
Oh,
Like, let's. I mean, for ginger ale down there, do you guys have Canada Dry ginger ale? Please tell me you do. There you go.
yes.
You do.
Yeah. So
Well,
not
you know what?
actually. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So there's a picture of Trudeau drinking a can of Canada Dry, and he has two plastic straws in the can. Which, by the way, he banned plastic straws because apparently that's really bad for the environment. But yet you go to Costco and pick something up, and how much plastic is it wrapped in? I digress. So
Usually a ton of it.
yeah, so I saw a meme that says, "How much does it take to drink Canada Dry?" And then it says, for Trudeau, apparently it takes two straws to suck Canada Dry.
Oh, Dougie. I'm sorry.
That's
he said, soon as
I see it.
American oh my god. I'm sorry.
But y'all,
No,
you know
no,
what?
MMD.
Oh no, Shorty hasn't been drinking. This is Shorty on a good day.
Definitely.
But I mean, like we have good stuff up here. Like we have ketchup chips. You guys don't have those down there.
What did you say? Ketchup and chips?
Ketchup chips.
What the? You can maybe a ketchup flavored chips.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we got those, but I
No,
don't
you
see
don't.
them. Lay's makes it. I
Oh,
think.
oh. You know what else we have?
What's
Kinder
that?
eggs.
Kinder eggs.
Kinder eggs. The
Yeah, we
U.S. is
got
the only.
we got.
No, you don't. The U.S. is the only country in the world that does not allow Kinder eggs because y'all are too stupid to figure out that you put something plastic inside something chocolate and you can't figure out you don't eat the plastic.
I swear to God, Mandy, we got those.
You don't.
I swear to God, we do. We do. My daughter loves.
Well,
They
maybe you.
separated with a big piece of plastic.
I was gonna say maybe you smuggled them in your prison purse. I don't know. And then laid them like a golden goose.
Oh, we have Doctor Enough and Pow. Oh, Mandy, I need to hop off here.
I wouldn't hop anywhere right about now. I'd probably crawl if I were you.
No, dude, I'm like, you just cracking Dougie's and you were cracking me up. So that's what it is. I'm naturally laughable, I guess.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you're naturally retarded. Um,
We got a boot. Uh-oh.
yeah, we got in a boot. I don't care.
Okay,
I don't say a boot. I say about. I just don't say it quite like about like you guys do.
that's true. I mean, I haven't heard you say a boot.
No, Sam Squinch bugs me about it all the time too. But
Which boot? Oh, there's the MMDs. Which boot?
yeah, which boot?
No, he did say somebody. Yankee Free said you did say a boot.
I think Yankee Freeze is about to get banned.
Don't worry, Yankee Free man. You're fine. Well,
You're
anyway,
you're fine because he hasn't modded me on Rumble yet.
okay, Mandy. I really got to end this, man. I
Yeah,
really do appreciate you and your work. I'm happy you got some I got some laughs, and hopefully you did too.
like I say, or well, like Sabrina said, one of the ways we cope with this is an insane amount of laughter, and so this right here has been good medicine for the soul.
Good. I'm happy it has been. It really, dude. We had some like deep conversation, and then it went to I don't know.
It went to shit, is what it did.
Yeah, yeah. I think thank you, Yankee Free. Yeah, Yankee Free. Yeah, Mandy. She knows she's welcome up here anytime.
Do you want to post my Rumble link in
Oh
there
yeah, yeah,
again?
definitely.
I don't know if Yankee Free had a chance to see that, but yeah. So I'm going to start doing some more live stuff on Rumble. Um, I just always find it more fun to actually talk with somebody than just talk at people. Um, I just feel so weird talking at people without having some sort of feedback. So yeah, I mean, like if one of you guys wants to come up on a live with me sometime, hit me up on Rumble or if you're on Discord, hit me up on Discord, same username, and we'll see if we can make it happen. It'd be interesting to get some of the other viewers'
Definitely,
perspectives on some of this stuff. See
definitely.
if everybody's as weird as you and I
It
are.
really is. Yeah, I mean, I got a like. I was looking, man, and I have like over 200. Well, this should be like 257 videos, man, and I don't even know half the stuff of them. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Half.
More than I mean, I have to say I do have a lot of like interviews and stuff like that, but the other half I don't know what I can even talk
There's
about.
only half of them you don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I look at it as I know what half of it I am talking about. You got to look at the glass half full.
Well, glass half full, glass half empty. Depends on what's in it. If it's something I like, it's half empty. If it's something that I don't like and I have to drink it, then it's half full. So, on that note, let's head out. Yeah, it's been a slice.
Definitely, definitely. Mandy, you holler at me anytime.
Wonderful. Yankee Free, you followed me on Rumble? Um, I will see if I can find you on there, and I will follow you back. I don't know if you can DM on Rumble or not, but if you are on either the Predator Poachers Discord or the uh, Pred Watching Party Discord, um, hit me up on there, or hit up Short Bus. He knows how to get a hold of me.
Definitely.
So, all right. Have a wonderful night. And like I said, Merry Christmas to you and your family. Merry Christmas to all your viewers. Um, yeah, you can go ahead and share your link there, Yankee. Free. So it's all Yankees' free fault that we have to stay here for a little bit longer. Because
Oh no, that's fine. That's fine.
Well, no, because now we're waiting on Yankee Free to get their ass in gear to stop typing "Merry Christmas, Yankee Free." Put your link in there.
Merry Christmas, Gordon.
Yes, Merry Christmas, Gordon Flowers, 1369. Merry Christmas, Dougie's.
Merry Christmas, Dougie's.
Come on, Yankee Free, get that link in there.
So what? You're saying I should stop?
No, probably not, because he will end it. But
Well, I wouldn't just like cut it off. Yeah.
can you
Dougie's
go?
got-
Can you go where?
Go. What? Can I? Yes. Well, if you need to, Dougie's.
Nobody's holding you hostage here. Oh, you have it now as Manstroyer. I just noticed that. It's Mandestroyer.
Oh, well, let me change that real quick.
Oh, it don't matter. We're almost done.
That is true. It can say man. Okay. We can go ahead and go. I'll find out. I'll find his channel, and I'll send you a link.
Yeah, I should be able to see it in who recently followed. So I'll see if I can find it there.
Okay. All right. I'll talk to you later, Mandy.
All right. Thanks a lot, man. Have a good night.
You too.
Cheers.
Bye. Everybody have a blessed night, and I'm gonna go ahead and end this. Oh, I'll probably see y'all again. So if not, Merry Christmas, you and your family, and y'all have a Happy New Year. I wish I'll be back by then, but Merry Christmas. Bye.